Hello everybody. Today we are going to talk about The Thief's Story written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond barely needs any introduction. He is an Indian author of British descent and was born on 19th May 1934. He lives in Landau, Missouri in India. Most of his works are influenced by life in the hill stations at the foothills of the Himalayas, where he spent his childhood and continues to live. His first novel, The Room on the Roof, was written when he was just 17, and it was published when he was 21. Being a writer for over 50 years, Bond experimented with different genres. Early works include fiction, short stories, novella, with some being autobiographical also. Later, he tried out non-fiction, horror, romance, and books for children. Several of his books have been adapted into movies too. He has numerous awards to his credit, including Sahitya Akademi Award, the Padma Shri, and the Padma Bhushan. This is his home at Missouri. Such a simple yet elegant place to live in. And probably this is from where his ideas come. Let us now move to the introduction of the chapter. The Thief's Story is about a 15-year-old thief who changes his name every month to stay ahead of the police and his old employers. This time, he has kept his name Hari Singh. He goes on to ask a 25-year-old writer named Anil to allow him to work for him. Anil trusts him completely and employs him. Does Hari Singh succeed in stealing from Anil? Does the boy betray his trust? What happens at the end? Let's find out. This story has just two characters. First is Hari Singh, who is a small-time thief, and the second is Anil, a struggling writer. Anil's character has similarities with a young Ruskin Bond. As a young writer, Bond also made his money erratically. He had once said, "Sometimes I got lucky, and some work got selected, and I earned a few hundred rupees." This is something the character of the story, Anil, also goes through. However, the fact that Anil is an autobiographical character is highly doubtful. Now let's go to the summary of the poem. The story begins with Hari Singh, a small-time thief, approaching Anil, a struggling writer, who is watching a wrestling match. Hari Singh lets the readers know that this is not his real name, since he keeps changing his name to avoid getting caught by the police or his previous employers. However, we don't get to know his real name in the story. Hari Singh tries to flatter Anil in order to have his attention. Once he has Anil's attention, he asks Anil for a job. Anil flatly refuses, saying that he won't be able to pay. But Hari Singh's persistence makes Anil think twice. Finally, they reach an agreement. Hari Singh would cook for Anil. In return, Anil would feed him and give him a place to stay. This arrangement goes on for about a month. Since Anil doesn't make much money, Hari Singh doesn't get a chance to steal anything. Hari Singh cooks, buys grocery, and sometimes makes a rupee or two from the money Anil gives him for the vegetables and grocery. Anil has even taught Hari Singh to write his name and would soon teach him to write full sentences, about which Hari Singh seems very excited. He feels he would achieve greater things once he knows how to write sentences. One day, Anil returns with a bundle of notes which he has earned by selling his book to a publisher. Hari Singh plans to make his move that night and steal the money. At night, Hari Singh managed to steal the money and sneak out of the house. He ran to the station where a train was just leaving the platform. He could have boarded the train, but suddenly something told him not to, and he didn't board the train. He was left alone on the deserted platform. He had nowhere to go. He kept walking and reached the Maidan. A sudden rain drenched him and made him take shelter under a clock tower. Now he felt miserable about stealing the money from the very man who had trusted him. Suddenly he remembered about the full sentences and how they would earn him respect in the society. He decided to return to Anil, even if only to learn how to write full sentences. Hari Singh returns to Anil's house and quietly manages to keep the damp notes at the same place from where he had stolen them. The next morning, Anil gives Hari Singh a 50-rupee note and tells him that now he would be paid regularly. Anil also says that he would start teaching Hari Singh how to write full sentences from that very day. Hari Singh finds the 50-rupee note still damp from the last night's rain. He suddenly realizes that Anil knows everything but has chosen not to bring things up. The story ends with Hari Singh finally and genuinely feeling happy to be in the company of Anil. This here is an image of a clock tower for those who don't know what a clock tower is. Clock towers are a specific type of building which houses a turret clock and has one or more clock faces on the upper exterior walls. Now let's talk about the theme of the story. The story revolves around the theme of human relations, kindness, trust, betrayal, aspirations, and guilt. There's an unspoken affection between Anil and Hari Singh, which neither of them express in words, but they do so through actions. Anil teaches Hari Singh to write and also doesn't mind his stealing a rupee or two from grocery bills. Anil also trusts Hari Singh with his house. Hari Singh has an extra key of the house and can come and go whenever he wants. Hari Singh's betrayal doesn't come as a surprise, as we are given to this notion from the beginning that he will steal. It's only a matter of time before Hari Singh gets a chance to steal. Guilt eats away at the heart and soul of Hari Singh after he has stolen from the man who had trusted Hari Singh the most. It's this guilt combined with an aspiration of a better future that brings about a twist in the tale and compels Hari Singh to return to Anil. That's all from my side. Let's meet again with another video. Thank you. This is the end. Bye-bye.